Hi, it's Catie Harris with Philly Wellness Center, and we're continuing with our estrogen series. Estrogen is not the enemy. So, most women that are told that their breast cancer is estrogen driven, and that phrase alone can strike fear as if estrogen itself causes cancer. But here's the truth: estrogen does not cause cancer. It never caused cancer. It simply creates the perfect soil for cancer cells to grow if the terrain of the body is already inflamed, oxidized, and out of balance. So instead of fearing estrogen, we need to understand how to create a biochemical environment that is inhospitable to cancer, and it has nothing to do with removing all the estrogen in your body. Because estrogen is vital. It supports your bones, your brain, your blood vessels, your metabolism. The problem arises when estrogen metabolism goes down the wrong pathway. And we've talked about different pathways in different videos, but estrogen can be detoxified into three main metabolites. So 2-hydroxyestrone, which is protective, 4-hydroxyestrone, which is DNA damaging, and 16-hydroxyestrone, which is proliferative. When stress, poor liver function, toxins, or genetics push estrogen towards the 4-16 hydroxyl forms, it creates a perfect storm for DNA damage and cell overgrowth. In other words, it's not the hormone. It's not the hormone that makes the difference. It's the terrain. About 80% of breast cancers are estrogen receptor positive, meaning they have estrogen receptors. But that doesn't mean estrogen caused the mutation. It means those mutated cells respond to estrogen like fertilizers. Often these cells have lost BRCA1 functioning. So that's a gene that normally keeps estrogen signaling under control. But whether you have the BRCA mutation or more commonly than the BRCA mutation, which only makes up 1% of your breast cancers, you have BRCA gene silencing. So the gene itself can be silenced by oxidative stress, toxins, and inflammation. Then that estrogen receptor goes unregulated. So then the cancer starts multiplying every time estrogen binds, not because estrogen is bad, but because the checks and balances are gone. So the real issue here is understanding why BRCA is being silenced and cleaning that up, because if the BRCA gene worked, then you wouldn't be in this situation in the first place, right? So if BRCA gene wasn't being silenced, and so that's oxidative stress, toxins, and inflammation. Well, how do we deal with that? And that's what we're going to talk about next. The goal isn't to remove estrogen. The goal is to restore balance and make your body a place where cancer cells simply can't thrive. So let's talk about the 7 key systems that you can optimize. So one, there's estrogen detox pathways, right? So support your liver detox enzymes with compounds like DIM, sulfurine, right, or calcium D-glucarate. These shift estrogen into the protective 2-hydroxy form. Aromatase regulation. So aromatase is the enzyme that makes estrogen, especially in fat and inflamed tissue. Now, you don't want to take aromatase inhibitors, right? You do want to reduce it naturally with weight balance. So zinc, curcumin, resveratrol, green tea extract. These are things that will help decrease that inflammation. Redox and mitochondria. So oxidative stress silences tumor suppressor genes like BRCA1. You want BRCA1 functioning. It's like a very, very highly skilled neurosurgeon. Okay. You don't want your dentist in there like chopping away at your brain tumor, just like you don't. But if that's the surgeon's day off and that's all you have, maybe that dentist is going to get to work on your brain. But your BRCA1 is like a highly, highly specialized neurosurgeon extracting tumors, right? So it's very, very powerful. It's very specialized, but oxidative stress can silence that. Where does this oxidative stress come from? Oxidative stress can come from overeating. It can come from toxins. It can come from a whole host of things. So this is something that you want to be able to rebuild your redox system with N-acetylcysteine, right? B vitamins, vitamin C. You can use hydrogen water. We love using ozone and EBU therapy for stuff like this. Number 4 is epigenetic stability. So balanced methylation protects your genes from turning off at the wrong time. So methylfolate, methyl B12, and betaine help maintain that balance. but so does proper sleep, light exposure, and stress management. So if you're anti supplements for whatever reason, getting good sleep, stress management, and your light exposure is going to be powerful. Number 5, the immune surveillance. So your immune system detects rogue cells every day. So things that you can do are vitamin D, because vitamin D is very powerful for the immune system. So your vitamin D levels should be in the 40s or 50s minimum. Medicinal mushrooms, low dose naltrexone, that helps keep the surveillance system sharp and helps keep the immune system intact. Number 6 is metabolic terrain. This is a huge one because cancer loves sugar. Okay, it thrives in high insulin, high glucose environments. You want to stabilize blood sugar. You want to stabilize blood sugar with intermittent fasting, berberine, even metformin. Metformin is a great drug, actually. And strengthen your mitochondria with CoQ10, alpha lipoic acid, and acetyl L-carnitine. And number 7, hormone harmony, right? So balance estrogen with progesterone and thyroid support. Low thyroid and low progesterone both drive estrogen dominance, which is what we see in PCOS, which is why the treatment for PCOS is thyroid and progesterone. But also aromatase activation. The key is balance, not suppression. So if you've been told that you have an estrogen-driven cancer, don't panic. Estrogen didn't cause it, okay? But your biochemistry, your mitochondria, and your detox pathways, and your epigenetics, those all determine whether estrogen acts like a healer or promoter. You can change your terrain and you can change your story. So if you want to learn more about how to build an anti-cancer, pro-longevity terrain, make sure to contact us at Philly Wellness Center, and I'm happy to walk you through how to do that. So together we can make your body the kind of environment where cancer simply can't take root.